just thinking about this week in hip hop, we'd be remiss to not acknowledge our brother, Gabe P. Mr. Step In, Step Out, Don't Get Stepped On.
Don't get stepped on,
the
bro.
biggest moment in hip hop this week by a long shot. Maybe the
this
biggest
year.
moment in hip hop thus far.
I don't know. It's at 6 million views in like 4 days. So
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
something like.
But for those who don't know, Gabe P's platform On the Radar featured a freestyle from none other than Drake and Cench, two of the hottest people in hip hop. Just kind of talk to us about how it all came together to the extent that you can share.
Right.
How did it all happen? Because we missed you last week Wednesday.
Yeah.
And now here you are. We see you 1 week later with the biggest moment.
So I'm gonna just say, like, I called out sick last Wednesday, but I was with
Drake.
the boy. Yeah.
This is the stomach virus.
We figured.
Don't worry, bro.
I called out sick, but I was down the block with the boy. But well, before I get into it, like it comes at like the 5-year point. Like On the Radar literally turns 5 years old, like August 27th. And Drake just did this last week. So it comes at a point where the show's turning 5 years old. I said this the other night on the radio too. Like, this is the first freestyle Drake has done in 14 years in New York since he did Flex back in the day. And this is the first freestyle that he's done in 5 years since he was in the UK on, I
remember that.
on that run doing Link Up TV and Charlie Sloth. Shout out to them, of course, too. So basically, like, how this all came about is, like, really a couple weeks ago, I got a DM, got a follow from him. He said, me and Cench, we coming up there. We gonna dirty that up. And then right on tour, like when he got to New York, I got the call. Wednesday night, had to, have a little stomach ache. And then they both came up, they did their thing. We dropped it, like 2 days later, something like that. And that's really like the whole story of it. But I will say it was a pleasure working with the boy. And I think he's been in tune for a while. He co-signed the Ice Spice freestyle early on.
Yeah.
Like right around the time Munch came out. He did something with the AJ Tracy freestyle. And I heard that, they really love On the Radar and they really mess with On the Radar. I've had Smiley on the show that's coming out soon, TV Gucci, and a bunch of people from Toronto and up there as well. So it's just, I'm just thankful that we were able to create this moment, man, because I didn't expect it to take off like this. And Rob said it best on Twitter, like, out of all the things that could have gone viral out of this, the combination memes going nuts. I just think it's dope. And the fact that he came up and he did it with Central C too just adds a different level to it, because I really think that Central C is going to be one of the biggest artists of this generation and really will finally be the person to bridge that gap of like a mainstream artist from the UK that connects both in America and in overseas too. So
You don't got one of those yet?
we have, there's been plenty of artists like Giggs, AJ Tracy, Digga D, but I don't think anybody's been able to do it to the level of success that Central C has. Because Central C was a double XL freshman, nobody from the UK has been a double XL freshman to my knowledge. And I don't think I haven't ever heard a UK song in the club ring off like Doja my whole life. So I think that alone, you can see why Drake would align himself with someone like Central C and vice versa. And Drake, we brought UK Drake, we brought him back for a day. You feel me? UK Drake, we brought UK Drake. So I think that's dope. And I see Rob got the lyrics up. Go ahead.
I was just saying, because we were talking about, first of all, the verses was fire, and I'm a lyric guy, like, so the fact that you went viral off of just the combination meme. But my favorite part is when Drake said, we know some demon guys with jealous and evil eyes. That's how Jesus died. That's how Julius Caesar died. I bet they were decent guys. I swear they remind me of me sometimes. Like, just that whole scheme, I was like, yo, he was killing it.
Right.
And, and it's dope. And the combination is funny, but it was funny to me how that combination went triple platinum in a week. You know what I'm saying?
OD. But I honestly, like, without even being biased, like, this is my favorite Drake freestyle that he's ever done. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's no bias.
It's a little biased. But I mean, like, out of, like, come on, man. Like,
it was hard.
It's definitely my favorite one that he's ever done. And I think, not even for me, I also said this on the radio the other night, this isn't just for me, man. This is, I started this platform in the towns. Like Favi said, like, I've had everybody from the towns up on the show, everybody who's buzzing. And, like, the goal is always to...
That's where I first saw Kenzo B at.
Yeah, and you brought Kenzo B out at Rolling Loud too.
She did the God did.
Yep.
On your, and that's why I first saw it. And I was like, yo, shorty nice.
Yeah.
And ever since then I've been following. Yeah, I bought out to Rolling Loud just now.
Yeah, and then she went viral for the Dreams and Nightmares one that she did over Meek. So it's like, it's always been for the towns, and I've always wanted to make it an international platform too. But obviously my heart is always in New York. It's always going to be based and grounded in the town. So this wasn't even just for me. This was for New York. And I think that we bring in, Drake coming on the show just brings so many more eyes to the artists out of New York that we have on the show,
Do your thing. I think what made it a little different from everybody else that was trying to, like, they do the on block joint, they do car freestyle thing. I think what made it was a little different was like, it just looked different. It looked professional. You had the joint in the background. It was green. It was just a little different. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, you gotta stop. You gotta look. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you had some good guys up there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, you one of them. You and the boys.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
feel
yeah,
me?
yeah.
At what point does the transition happen from calling him Drake to the boy? Because you've now referenced him as the boy. Do they
feel
come
I've
in
been
and
so-
make you
that's
say
what
that?
they- No, that's what they've been calling. Like whenever we on the phone, it's like the boy. I'm like, all right, so I guess I gotta call him the boy. I gotta call him the boy
Yo,
now.
Rob, you gonna call him the boy?
Nah, I remember though. OVI called me about them shit. They was like, because the boy.
No, they really do call him
And I was
that.
like, yo, y'all
They
really
do
just call him that?
No, they really
I
do.
was
It's
like,
not a joke.
Yeah.
The first time I heard
know
them
what it
reference
was.
him as the boy, I was
Yeah,
confused.
I get it.
I like heard them reference him as the boy like 2 years ago, and I was like, oh, okay. But then like when they were coming around the city and whatnot, like they really call him the boy. So like I just started saying that out of just being like talking to them and shit like that.